Addressing and calling out the UK police system. Let me tell you something here. I don't know what's wrong with this UK. They always do this. The police in the UK are messed up. They're part of gang stalking. They don't care about the citizens. And they'll literally wait for someone to die before they actually take the matter serious. Do you know how many people have died in the hands of the police? They wait for something bad to happen for them to take it serious. Someone could be having multiple reports of domestic abuse in the police case and they push it to the side. They don't take it serious. They wait for that person literally to be stabbed or the person to be bleeding for them to take it serious. And even when that happens, they still don't take it serious. Can we all call out the UK system here? What is wrong with the UK system and how they handle cases? Things like robbery, abuse, they don't take it serious. They literally will wait for someone to die for them to take it serious. There is a serious injustice when it comes to the police UK system. They're terrible. And I think there's a lot of problems within the system in the UK in terms of the policing. The staff are crap, they're lazy, they don't take their job seriously, they don't care about the citizens. Year by year by year, one thing I've documented and realized is the same thing over and over again, year by year by year. There's little change. When I now compare it to childhood and now, I just see the same thing. Someone has to literally be bleeding for the police to take the matter serious. And even when that happens, do you have proof? Oh, who started first? Oh, was it, what did you record it? Is it documented? Why does it need to be recorded if someone is bleeding? That's your answer. If someone is physically damaged and hurt, why would they have to have anything? Why would you have to be like, okay, let me wait for 2 seconds? Oh wait, okay, I'm not gonna arrest this person. Even if someone's being, I'm not gonna arrest him. There is a serious problem with the UK system. They don't take things serious, and I think that's what the problem is. Someone could be going through verbal abuse, which can mentally torment them, which can lead to suicide, and they won't take that serious. They have to wait for physical abuse to happen for it to be taken serious. Let's think about verbal abuse here. A lot of suicide happen through verbal abuse. A lot of people, they literally commit suicide through verbal abuse. The words that people say to them is a curse. You see, when people are saying you're a loser, or poverty, poor, 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 all of that is a curse. That can destroy somebody internally, physically, psychologically, emotionally. You are destroying somebody through the power of your words. That's a curse. But the police system, they don't take verbal abuse seriously. And when you look at verbal abuse, you actually realize that when you look at physical abuse, you actually realize that a lot of physical abuse stems from verbal abuse. So there were signs of that the physical abuse was going to happen, but they neglected it because of the fact that it was just verbal abuse. And then the person gets physically abused. Why do you have to neglect the verbal abuse? Can't you see police in the UK systems in the police? Can't you see that the verbal abuse that's happening towards somebody when they're reporting it repeatedly in the systems, that is a sign that they can go on to physical abuse or they can even die or they can commit suicide. Most of the deaths that happen is either through verbal abuse or it's either through yeah, most of the abuse that happen, most of the deaths that happen, most of the deaths that happen come from verbal abuse. It's either that they went through verbal abuse and they committed suicide, or they went through verbal abuse and they got physical abuse. It kept going on the verbal abuse and then led to physical abuse. It's only deaths like stabbing or food poisoning or other things like that that didn't really come from verbal abuse. Those can happen, those altercations, those things can happen without verbal abuse. But suicide, if you look down, a lot of people commit suicide based on verbal abuse, what's being pushed out towards them.